What's going on, guys? Squeebs and Crew here. This is the first official podcast for Squeebs and Crew. I'm Squeebs, aka Seth Loggard. This is Marcus Pierce. What's going on, man?
Oh, just a normal day in the life of Marcus. Whole lot of nothing. Whole lot of nothing.
We're going to be talking a lot of sports on here: basketball, baseball, sometimes golf, sometimes hockey, any ordinary sports. I posted a TikTok the other day of greatest of all time. You got any comments on greatest of all time?
If you listen to the TikTok, that was my voice that said LeBron is the greatest of all time. And I'm going to stand by that statement till I die.
Come on, man.
What are you come on in? The back of my shirt legit says James 23.
You ain't no Laker fan. You LeBron fan.
The shirt says
I bet you had a Cavs and Heat sweatshirt like that as well.
Actually, it was a crazy question. Crazy thing is, I've never had Cavs gear, but I did have the Miami Heat. I had the Heatles. I had LeBron, Chris Bosh.
You need to get you one of those multi team shirts with all his jersey numbers on it.
Some things are in the works. Some things are in the works, Seth Locker. I can't give out all my secrets. Just know one day there's going to be like a mantle room. It's going to be LeBron James. It's going to have like a goat. It's going to like an actual goat. His jersey. Yeah, that's
your goat gift. That's the one thing you'd want from somebody.
If someone gave me an actual like goat head with a LeBron jersey hanging off of it, I'd probably give them my bank account.
You don't think that 6-0 in the NBA Finals?
No.
Is better than what's LeBron?
4-6.
Has he lost 20 times? Oh,
He's
6
not.
times.
He's only lost 6 times. Because it was 3-6, but then he won last year in the bubble.
I mean, 10 scoring titles, 5 league MVPs, 6 NBA Finals, 3-time steals leader, NBA Defensive Player of the Year, 9-time All Defensive Team. Does LeBron have those?
No, sir. No, he does not.
Is he undefeated in the finals?
He's not undefeated because,
So what makes LeBron the greatest of all time?
When you play against the best shooter of all time, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And then he had, I don't know.
But he lost to him, didn't he?
Twice, actually. Because when you add Kevin Durant. Have you ever heard of Kevin Durant? Have you ever heard of him?
He's pretty good at basketball.
He played for the Seattle Supersonics one time in his life.
So you're saying that LeBron beat Steph one time?
He beat him one time, yes. And then it was 1-1. If you remember correctly, it was 1-1.
Oh, I remember that series correctly. Did Draymond get suspended for one game?
Stop kicking people in the nuts, Stop getting technicals. What are you talking
Draymond
about?
Don't get suspended. I don't know if they lose that game though. Twice in a row too.
Probably do win that game still. I don't think Draymond he didn't really make a factor until Game 7 when he had 30.
Make a factor. You know that you know that the Warriors won the finals before Kevin Durant came, right?
Right, they won the finals and then they were 73-9 and lost the following year. So it's a lot of what ifs in that scenario.
It is a lot of what ifs.
Without Kevin Durant, I would love a series 3. I would love another series without Kevin Durant. Just
without Kevin Durant, between what the LeBron and who?
Between the 2016 Warriors and the 2016 Cavs. Going to another series the following year.
The Warriors won that 9 times out of 10.
No, that's not.
Yes.
You do know LeBron was played against them a year before without Kyrie, without Kevin, and it was still a great series. And he got them back and they won.
Where's LeBron at now? Oh, it's like he's not playing. He on the bench. Lakers are 7 seed.
Hey,
looking for a play-in.
Rest it up. You got to rest it up.
Do you think? Now this is a question. Do you think that these teams, LeBron, AD, the Nets, are just do you think these players are actually hurt, or do you think they're just resting these players up?
They are for sure waiting till May 22nd to make the run to the playoffs. I think the greatest answer to that was this past week when Kyrie took an elbow. He's now out. And then all of a sudden, James Harden
comes back. Oh, I'm back.
Like I thought your hamstring hurt. I thought it was supposed to be like, we'll wait and see,
So LeBron's your greatest players of all time, and that's never going to change. You think that
there's no I I watched a little Michael Jordan highlights. I know the theme song, when you hear, gets you where. But like,
so is it for you that he just became, or is he always see you been the greatest of all time?
He's like in the
Where did
last
he eclipse? Where did he eclipse? Where did he become the greatest player of all time?
For me, it's when in one of the most important games in his life, he came into a series knowing he had no help. It was shitty. And he put up 50, 11, and 12 in a finals. That was for me like, are you kidding me? And then we all remember the meme, like, what are you doing, JR? Like, we all remember that.
Is Jordan number 2 for you, at least?
Oh, Jordan is number 2. There's no one.
Top 5 NBA players of all time.
LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaquille O'Neal, Magic Johnson.
No Kobe?
Kobe's top 10.
Kobe's top 10?
Kobe's top 10. Kobe, for me, Kobe is actually 6. He's the one looking in. If it wasn't for Jordan, Kobe would probably be top 5.
I'd say Kobe's number 4 for me. I'd say it's Jordan.
Okay.
LeBron.
Okay.
Kareem.
I'm still with you.
Kobe.
Yeah.
And 5, I'm in between. I got Larry Bird, but it could be Shaq. But between those two, probably
Larry Bird above Magic.
What?
You have Larry Bird above
Magic's top 10. Magic's top 10.
You have Larry Bird above Bill Russell, the greatest.
Top 10 as well.
Also, where do you have Steph?
Well, if we're talking there, we got Jordan. I'm not saying in order. I'm just going through Jordan, LeBron, Kobe. That's 3. We said Shaq 4, Kareem 5. This is in order, just saying. Kareem 5, Larry 6, Bill Russell 7. Steph's probably in there, but it's only because he's the greatest shooter of all time. Do I think Steph's the top 10 basketball player of all time? Not yet. It's the defense. It's things like that, but he's probably top 10.
So you're saying it's like an all-around game that helps you?
All-around game, he's probably not 10th best player in basketball history. Okay. But he's probably top 15. But being the greatest shooter, he is the greatest shooter that we will ever see. I don't think that we will ever in our lifetime till I die, there will not be a greater shooter than Steph Curry. Not a chance. Not a chance. He is the greatest shooter and will be for a very, 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 very long time.
Poor Dame Dollar, right? Because like Dame Dollar is one of the best shooters in the league, and he can't touch the best shooter ever.
Dame Dollar said it. He said Steph's the greatest.
Well, because what else you gonna say? I can shoot better than him.
He said he's top 5. He said he himself is top 5, and I agree. Probably in the league, he's top 5.
Who? Dame Dollar?
He's top 5 in the league shooting.
Shooting? I think he's. All right, when Clay's healthy, he's 3rd.
Yeah, Clay's 2nd.
Ooh, that's a great conversation. Who's top? Hey,
it's funny because you could sit here and say, and I would love to see it if he got a better shot somewhere else or got more minutes or just took care of the ball better. If Seth Curry got 40+ minutes a night, played so much, I mean he's top in 3-point percentage, right?
What about that boy Joe Harris though?
Joe Harris too. Yeah, Joe Harris is definitely top in 3-point percentage as well. So I'd say
some snipers in the league.
Those are the top shooters in the league. You got Steph, Seth, Dame, Clay, and Joe Harris.
What about Zach LaVine?
Zach LaVine, good shooter. I don't think he's.
Is he more of a scorer now?
He's more of a scorer.
Okay.
He's more of a scorer. I'd say he's more on like the Jimmy Butler level of scoring. Like they can shoot the 3 ball, but they're better inside. Better at attacking inside and getting the mid-range jumpers. But he can shoot the 3 ball.
The Jimmy Butler, I don't think he's a 3-point shooter like LaVine is though. Like
LaVine's getting better.
I mean, well, his numbers are bad this year from 3, but he's still putting up 25.
He's been hurt. He hasn't played that much.
And
that's the funny thing in the Bulls. They got Nikola Vucevic now. They're a good team, especially next year.
Fighting in for that playoff spot, that play-in. Fighting.
I don't know if they'll get it. I don't know if they'll get playoffs.
Win or go home right now.
Yeah, they got to win every game. They got 3 games left, I think.
I think every team has 3 games left in the next few days before like the off day before the play-in.
But you look at the Lakers. I mean, they're sitting there at the play-in. You look at the Celtics, which Oh, shame on my team, the
Hey,
Celtics. But
RIP. You know,
RIP. I'm not gonna say it's over.
it's
I'm
not
gonna
over, but
say, I
like
mean, Jaylen Brown getting ruled out for the rest of the season. That's classic Celtics. But
prayers look great. Look great
I
after
think we'll
surgery.
be the I think we'll be the 7th seed. Um, I don't see us losing 2 games to Charlotte or the Wizards or the Pacers. I think we can win a game.
You don't want to lose a game to those announcers.
I would love if Charlotte got into the playoffs, like actual playoffs. That'd be great. Because those
Yeah, right.
But they wouldn't get a home game though, so they wouldn't get to announce the game.
No, they would get a home game eventually.
They have to beat Brooklyn, Philly, or the
So
Bucks.
it's a 7-game series. If they get in, you know they got to go there, and then it's gonna be like, hey, we ain't that far from Charlotte. If they get in, you think what I'm thinking?
I'm going to the game, especially if it's Charlotte against like one of the Nets or something. That'd be great,
dude. You might wait.
But they're not getting a home.
What if Washington? What if Washington gets in?
Oh, what? The problem is these teams aren't going to get home games though. But which
are you talking about the play-in or playoffs?
Well, they're playing the Hornets, the 8th seed. So if if they lose and they play the Pacers or Wizards, they'd play in Charlotte. So they would get 1 game. And
so what we're basically saying is for us, our fandom, that we need either the Hornets or the Wizards to win so we can go to a playoff game.
Well, we need the Celtics to beat the Hornets, and then the Hornets get because the Hornets are 8 seeds. So if the Celtics beat them, the Hornets would host either the Wizards or Pacers. Whoever wins that game.
Because we do need a Celtics win for your sake, right?
See, that's the thing. It's like, do I want to?
You always want to go dancing.
The fun, and I was talking to you about this. It would be classic if we win, we get the 7th seed. We'd play. I think we'd play Brooklyn. Yeah, Brooklyn's a 2. We'd play Brooklyn.
Think so. I don't.
Oh, we can't beat Brooklyn. Oh, it's over then. Never mind. I was just saying if we get far in the playoffs and like get to the East Conference Finals or something like that, and we're all sitting here, oh well, if Jaylen Brown was playing, would we be in the finals? Would we be better? That'd be classic. But that's not going to happen. The Brooklyn's too good.
You never know until you know.
You got to be realistic with these kind of things. But your team, the Lakers,
you know how I feel.
They got the win last night, and we look here. It's Portland or them for the play-in, 6 and 7 seed. If Portland goes 3-0 or 2-1, they finish ahead of the Lakers because they hold that tiebreaker. If Portland goes 1-2, the Lakers have to go 3-0, which I don't see that happening. And if Portland goes 0-3, which I don't see that happening either, the Lakers have to go 2-1. So pretty much, and I think the Lakers know this too, and that's why you didn't see Davis and LeBron playing last night. I think they're getting ready for the play-in scenario. What you don't think so?
There's a team that's skating through, and it's starting to make me mad. Is the Mavericks? Like they are right there, right next to us, and no one's talking about like they can't lose 3 straight games. Like they haven't had the best season, and they're not getting talked about. But I think for the Lakers, they're looking at the top 3 teams in the West: Utah Jazz, Denver Nuggets, and Phoenix Suns.
Well, the thing
I almost said Minnesota. If I said Minnesota there, please,
Here's the thing on the Lakers.
Knock me out.
And you being a fan, LeBron, and this and that, y'all got to think about getting through the play-in. Because if y'all sit at the 7th seed, which I think you will, it's looking like it's going to be Golden State, and we're going to get a Golden State Lakers play-in. That's box office. That's going to be the game of the that's going to be the game of the playoffs, and it's not even going to be in the playoffs. It's going to be in the play-in. I mean, you're talking about
for the LeBron versus Steph little argument they have. We need that.
You're talking about arguably the greatest player of all time, and non-arguably the greatest shooter of all time, going 1v1 in a playing game.
Mm-hmm. I can already tell you Steph's line.
I think Steph's
10 for 17 on 3-pointers, 48 points with a L still in his name.
I mean, you do realize the Warriors have won 4 in a row, and they beat the Jazz and the Suns back-to-back games.
Right.
And Steph's absolutely – and not even Steph. I know me and you haven't been on the Wiggins train all year, but
Wiggy, he's
on fire. I mean, he is really stepping up, and they are looking to be like a threat in the West right now at the 8th seed. I mean, I think they are. I think the West is wide open. I think anybody can win the West.
The West is wide open. The West is wide opening because there's this one team, the other team in Los Angeles, that's going to blow it. They're going to blow it, and they're going to cause one of these other teams, like the Jazz or the Nuggets, to get to the.
I mean, I love Phoenix. I'm off of Phoenix. I love the story of the Phoenix Suns. I think Booker and Paul can do it.
If the Phoenix Suns play the Lakers in the first round, they're going to lose just because the teams want the league can't have the Lakers out.
Oh no, I think if the Lakers end up with the 7th seed, they lose to Phoenix in 7 games.
False.
Well, that all is going to become of, is Schroeder actually hurt? Is Davis actually hurt? Because if that's the truth, then no, they're not full go.
I think you're forgetting.
The Suns are one of the deepest teams in the league.
The Suns are one of the deepest teams in the league, but if we're getting the 80 we got the past 2 games that he's played, I don't think the Suns can handle that.
I think any team in the West, I'd say Utah can win the championship.
Mm-hmm.
Phoenix can win the championship.
Mm-hmm.
The Clippers can win the championship.
Yeah.
I don't think Denver can. I don't think Portland can.
Whoa.
I'm talking about win the finals. Like,
I know. I know what we're talking about.
Because we're both sitting here. Brooklyn's going to be in the finals, right? Pretty much.
It's theirs to lose, if that makes sense.
So in my mind, there's Utah, Phoenix, and the Clippers. And then you got Lakers and Warriors who can get there. But you're not selling me on the Nuggets. You're not selling me on Portland. You're not selling me on Dallas. And you're not selling me on Memphis.
All right, Portland, I'll give you for each reason why, and it's just pretty simple. Michael Porter Jr. would have to go crazy for the Nuggets.
If Jamal Murray was here, it'd be a different story. And Will Barton, be a different story.
I think Michael Porter goes, because Jokic is he's gonna do his thing.
Well, they're asking guys like Campazzo and Paul Millsap.
Hey, he throws dimes. You seen them?
He does. He's playing well. I'm talking in playoff in Western Conference final scenarios, 7-game series. These guys aren't going to step up like they are now. It's different. It's way different.
The game slows down is what they always say.
It's way different, and I've been telling you this since the season started. The Clippers are coming for everybody. I mean, Paul George is playing great. Kawhi's playing great. They're coming for everybody's necks.
Paul George plays great, and Paul George is I have a top 5 favorite players to watch. He's in there. But
they're coming for everyone's necks.
You know how it goes in the playoffs. Playoff P. He got a nickname.
All right. Let's go predictions right now. Let's throw it in right now. Predictions.
1 through 8.
No, I'm talking about Western Conference Finals, Eastern Conference Finals, championship. Who's winning? Those just the 4.
So Western Conference Finals. Since we're going to be 7 seed, I think that's played 6, and 3-6 plays what 1-8.
Yeah.
So I'm calling we get the Clippers. We get the Clipper.
It wouldn't be able to be the Clippers Lakers.
It won't.
No, because they'd have to play them in the round before the finals.
Oh, then it's going
because you'd be beating the 2 seed and the Clippers are the 3 seed, so they wouldn't be able to play.
Oh, so the Clippers are a 3 seed. All right, so then it's going to be the Lakers versus the probably Jazz, then.
Lakers, Jazz. So you're talking. So I'm going to say right now, you're going to say Lakers are beating the Nets in the finals. Is that what you're going to say?
I'll get there. I thought we were going to do Western Conference and we're going to do Eastern Conference.
Western Conference for me, I would say it's going to be Clippers and Jazz. Western Conference Finals. Clippers and Jazz. Eastern Conference.
I think we're both sold on the Nets. It's just who they're going to play.
Well, they're going to have to play the Bucks in that second round.
Hey, Bucks beat them twice.
And then I'm not sold on Philly.
You're not sold on Philly?
They never show up in a 7-game series. Never. And im- what about the Hawks?
I mean, I got a question after we talk about this. What's our like crazy team that's gonna do it?
The Hawks.
Knicks.
Knicks or Hawks, but the Knicks would have to. The Knicks are gonna have to play the Bucks in the first round. So
the Knicks got the gauntlet.
The Knicks have to beat the Bucks, and then they have to go beat the Nets, which playing those teams back to back, that's a lot. If I'm saying
if you beat the Bucks and the Nets, I feel like it's yours to lose at that point because you took out two top 5 teams in the league.
If I'm going Eastern Conference Finals, I'm gonna be bold here. I'm gonna say it's gonna be the Nets, and it's gonna be the Hawks, and then the Nets beat the Hawks in 5 games.
Fuck, they beat them in 4. They beat them in 4. No way.
And then I'm saying Clippers beat the Nets. Clippers will beat the Jazz in 6, and then I'm saying Clippers beat the Nets in 7 games. Game 7, Paul George hits a game winner to win the NBA Finals.
If only way I would credit the Clippers winning if that scenario happens. That's the only way.
That'd be great.
But I think it's gonna be Lakers versus Nets in 6.
Non-biased. What's your answer?
Non-biased.
Non-biased. What's your answer?
Is LeBron playing?
I already got the Celtics out of the first round.
LeBron playing the whole series? Like what? Yeah. How he?
Everyone's playing. Everybody's playing.
I think the problem that is not even with my bias out of it is AD when he's locked in, that's 35. And you can't tell me anybody in the Nets is guarding him. All right. I'll be non-biased.
It doesn't matter.
Non-biased, we're going to lose because
they've got 100.
Kuzma is not going to put up enough points.
They have 100+ points from 3 players.
That's what I'm saying. We're going to lose because of Kyle Kuzma. He's not going to be he's not going to give us what we need. But if we win, Andre Drummond, and
this is what I got for you. In 4 out of the last 6 games the Lakers have played, they've scored 101 points or less. The Nets have 101 points by 3 players. 3 players, that's it. That's all I need. 101 points. You have to score 120 points plus to beat the Nets.
Yeah.
And the thing is everyone's going to say, "Oh, well, not now." They haven't been playing together. They're going to be full throttle. Full throttle. 3 of the top 10 best players in the NBA are going to be on the same team in the playoffs.
That's crazy to think about.
It's annoying, but it's the way it's going to be, and the Clippers are going to take him down. That's all I got to say about that.
That was
the NFL schedule just came out. Did you get a chance to look at that?
Oh yeah, dude! I already looked at my team, and we're going 11-6.
See, I'm glad you just said that because
we're going 11-6. What do you mean?
How are you going 11-6,
bro? We are going 11-6. We're playing. If you play, the NFL works is the top teams play the top teams in each division, and then certain divisions play each other, and the worst teams play the worst teams. We got the Jets, the Raiders, and the Lions on our schedule. And I'm going to tell you each game, we win and lose. Because there's only 2 teams that are way better than us at this date right now. That is the Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Are the only 2 teams that are better than y'all?
Yes. Only 2 teams that can go out and actually beat us.
Marcus, you don't have a quarterback.
Don't disrespect Jalen Hurts right now.
He hasn't played yet.
We're literally talking about he is the front runner. What do you mean? You think Joe Flacco's going to go in there?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that y'all – what'd you go last year?
We went 4-11-1.
So how are you going 11-6? You didn't get anyone new like that.
Bro, just trust and believe. You win till you lose. First, we're winning our first schedule, our first 4 games. We're going 3-1. We got Falcons, San Francisco, and then Dallas, and then Kansas City. 3-1. We go the first 3-0, lose. Run it back to Carolina. Then we got big game, Bucks coming to town. Lose that one. Right. Now we get back on a win streak. We got the Raiders, the Lions, the Chargers, the Broncos, and then the Saints. We're going 3-2 out of that. You only have 3 losses so far, or 4 losses. We're already at a little like mediocre. We're already at like mediocre. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're already at like a little 5-4, like well,
I don't know. I don't see that happening at all.
Like,
I see you guys going. I'll say 6-12.
6-12. I mean 6-11.
6-11.
I don't think you understand. We're playing the worst teams of last year, right? And as a bad team of last year, yes, we were bad. We're playing those equivalent bad teams. So I think we're better than those bad teams still at the end of the day. As long as you're better than the bad teams and you win the team games you're supposed to win, we're going to cover.
For me, for my team, let's go over the schedule for our team. So we've got the Chargers. I think we can beat them. But, yeah, I'd say we beat them. I'd say we go 1-0.
The Chargers?
I say we beat them.
I hope you beat the Chargers. I said we're beating the Chargers. If my team should beat the Chargers, your team should beat the Chargers. If you're so-called better.
Don't disrespect Justin Herbert.
I'm not disrespecting.
They got some guys over there.
They got some guys, but I think we got guys.
I think they had one of the best drafts.
Team. This is not about my team. I mean,
okay, let's continue. My bad. Chargers 1-0.
Mm-hmm.
Giants 2-0. Bills we lose 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
Falcons we beat them 3-1.
So we're both of us at the same record so far. I like.
We beat the Saints 4-1.
Okay.
We lose the Chiefs 4-2. We beat Green Bay 5-2.
Green Bay, no Aaron Rodgers. Bold prediction.
I'm going with no Aaron Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers is playing, I go back and change that. So that's 5-2.
Mm-hmm.
6-2 with the Broncos. 6-3 with the Bucks. 7-3 with the Panthers. 7-4 Seahawks. 8-4. 9-4 Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
10-4 Eagles. I think this is where we lose the Cowboys. 10-5. I think we beat y'all again. 11-5. And we beat the Giants. 12-5.
So we basically have these same records for our selected teams, right?
And the thing is before I looked at the schedule before, I didn't think we won 12-5, but now that I look at it again and glance at it, we have a couple hard games. The Bills, the Chiefs, and the Bucks. The rest of those games, other than those 3, are winnable.
See, you're thinking the way I was thinking last night when I saw this is there's two teams that's going to be super hard. Like, if we beat them, we have to have the perfect offensive game, the perfect defensive game, perfect special teams.
And don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here saying we can't beat the Bills, Chiefs, or Bucks. I'm saying it's going to be tough.
Same.
And we go back and we almost beat the Bucks in the playoffs. We almost changed the whole entire playoff scenario.
Am
I wrong? We did.
You saved whatever NFC East team to go against Patrick Mahomes.
And we go back, let's go with this. If we do win that game,
mm-hmm.
and Heineke finishes that one drive,
mm-hmm.
we score there. Do the Chiefs win the Super Bowl last year?
Yes.
100%?
Yeah. But they don't get exposed.
So basically what you're saying is when we go into Kansas City, we're going to get our asses kicked. Because they're saying, fuck you guys, we didn't win the Super Bowl because y'all.
If I was Tyrann Matthews, I'm going right to them. I'm busting who's ever asked I need to bust.
Oh, no, we're playing. Oh, no, this is even worse. We ain't going to Kansas City. They come into our house. They're going to kick our asses in our house.
You ever heard of the White House?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kansas City's going in there because they're going to take over shit.
So we're fucked.
Yeah, you're 100%.
Are we going to score? I hope we're going to score.
Yeah, no, I think depending on your. Let's not discredit Ryan Fitzpatrick. All right,
I'm actually excited to have Ryan Fitzpatrick on the team.
He pulls out magic all the time. So if y'all, that's one of them games you're going to. He's not going
to. In the past of our quarterbacks, a lot of people know, I don't think he's going to kill us.
No,
and he's got some weapons. I think he's got a lot of good weapons now. I think
a lot of speed now. I think.
Yes, a lot of speed. I agree. And I'm excited to see the new wide receiver. We got De'Ami Brown from North Carolina. That's going to be exciting. Hope it's not another Josh Doxson. I'm telling you, dude, that was a killer. That was a killer draft.
Oh, dude.
But
don't even talk about drafts if you want to talk about teams in your drafts.
So Jacksonville got Trevor Lawrence, but that's not the big get that they got. They got Tim Tebow.
Best college football player of all time.
Do you think that that's a little I wouldn't say annoying to other people that are trying to make teams? Where he got a spot.
I think from what
Can he play tight end?
No, he's never played. He did actually no. He did play.
So what is this? Is this for tickets?
He's from Jacksonville.
Right.
He's from Jacksonville. Lives in Jacksonville. Urban Meyer and him have all. I mean, first of all, let's go backtrack. Without Tim Tebow, Urban Meyer is probably not the star-studded coach in his life. So I think he kind of get owed Tim Tebow something. And then Tim Tebow's. I feel like everybody agrees. Tim Tebow's the guy like, I want to do it. I'm gonna do it. Let's do it.
So do you think that he can actually play?
Fuck no. It's tight end. It's.
I know, but do you think he's gonna play or not? You think it's gonna for the tickets?
If you don't have Tim Tebow make the team after you did all this shit, what was the point? Like, I think he's gonna play more of a Taysom Hill type style than an actual like.
Yeah.
Like,
so you think they'd put him at quarterback?
He's gonna play. He already has a goal line playbook like sets. He already has a wild Tebow. Like, there's already a full on 2 running backs, him, 1 wide receiver, and their QB power to the left. It's already.
Is Trevor Lawrence the guy? Is he gonna change that franchise? Because I don't think so. No, I'm not gonna sit there and say I don't think so. I think that it's a wait and see kind of thing. Like, he's not for sure gonna just come in there and just.
I think we can agree there's certain franchises that are just doomed.
I like Trevor Lawrence, but I'm not 100% on him yet.
I do like Trevor Lawrence, but there's certain teams that are doomed, and the Browns are finally coming out of one of those teams that are doomed. But like Cincinnati Bengals, the New York Jets.
Who I think got a steal. I think Jamar Chase is a steal.
He is. Oh,
I think he's
Cincinnati
a stud.
Bengals had one of the best offenses throughout the decade, but they still didn't win anything.
I think Joe Burrow is a different animal, though. I think he's different than what Andy Dalton is.
Carson Palmer versus Joe Burrow, like.
And they got Jamar Chase now.
I mean,
I think they'll be good. I think they'll be okay.
It's hard.
They were playing well before Joe Burrow got hurt, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, they were starting to buy in. I mean, it's just there's certain teams that are doomed just through fate, and Jacksonville's one of them. So Trevor Lawrence being the guy is gonna be hard. I think that's why you bring in Tim Tebow.
I don't get the Tebow thing. It could be anything. We're not going to figure it out. I don't know.
They brought him in because he's like the good guy. He's not like Tim Tebow's going to go in that locker room.
I like Tim Tebow. I'm a Florida Gator guy. I love him. But
bro, ride or die, he's a college football greatest football player of all time.
He's a what?
He's the college football greatest football player ever. Like, he beats Reggie. He beats Vince.
That's a different conversation. I'm not saying that's not true. That's interesting. I don't know. That'd be an interesting conversation.
I mean, even though his throwing motion was so bad that, like, he still was putting up numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. But you go and look at the other draft picks that came in. I think 11 was a great pick. Fields at 11? I mean, the Bears stole a draft.
They did.
I mean, getting a guy that was supposed to go number 2 for pretty much the whole entire draft.
At one point, you said arguably the best quarterback in the draft?
At one point, I said that, yes, because I originally thought when this whole thing started was Trevor Lawrence I was iffy on. We knew he could play, but it's always like, oh, is he the guy? Is he the guy? Is he the guy? I love Trevor Lawrence. He's a great player. But then when we watched was it Clemson Ohio State game?
Mm-hmm. We were sitting there watching.
I said, why is – I didn't say he was. I said, why is Justin Fields not the best quarterback in the draft? And then after the whole college football playoff, after it's all over, it was Lawrence 1, Fields 2. And then it slowly shifted to – and Fields had a great per day. He played great. And then it went to Zach Wilson, number 2. And then it went, oh, well, Niners are going to take Trey Lance. No, they're going to take Mac Jones. No, they're going to take Trey Lance. Fields kind of just went through everyone's minds. And it's like, I think that's why it's a great pick, because the Bears are a good team. They have a good roster, and you're bringing in a guy that, one, has a huge-ass chip on his shoulder, and he should, because these teams didn't want me. But I'm going to prove that I'm the best player. I'm the best, not only the best quarterback, the best player in the draft. And I think they're getting a great player. I think it's going to work out. I actually do think he's going to be really good because he has Allen Robinson. He's got Anthony Miller. He's got who was the rookie last year for the Bears?
Like Delaney, something like that.
I can't
Dulani.
remember who it was. No, it was a receiver. But he's got good receivers. He's got Montgomery at running back. I think they're going to be good. I don't know if he'll start right away. I don't know who else they have at quarterback, but
they have Andy Dalton.
They have Andy Dalton. That's who it was. That's who went there. But nah. And it's funny because you go back and Andy Dalton said, they told me I was going to start. That's why I came here. And then they go and pick Fields. So that's another scenario. But I think that Justin Fields could, in the long run, be the best quarterback of this draft. You think it's Trey Lance.
Oh, for sure. That's my guy. All right. Trey Lance.
Which I think was a great pick, too. I think Mac Jones sucks. I think he sucks. I don't think he's good. Because you sit here and you say, and I'm which was what I think the 49ers did, was you look at Mac Jones and he had Devontae Smith, he had all these great guys. And you sit here and you look at it and you're like, oh, well, if you put Trey Lance in that roster last year, they're probably going to win the national championship and they're probably going to be ridiculous. Because Trey Lance has a way better skill set than Mac Jones does. And it's different because Trey Lance is the mobile. He can run. He can throw. Mac Jones is kind of that pocket guy, but that's not really what the NFL is now. I mean, there's a couple guys that can do it. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. But Aaron Rodgers can run a little bit. Mac Jones really can't do that much on his feet. And you say, oh, well, Trey Lance is way better. And that's why I don't know why people thought the Niners were going to take Mac Jones ever. They would have taken Trey Lance the whole time.
Because you gotta like, you don't want people to come up and take your guy. Like we all know Trevor Lawrence was untouchable. But after that, it's like trades back. Sure. But I do think Trey Lance to me is in the best situation, other than Justin Fields now. Because Trey Lance is going to.
Those are probably the two quarterbacks in the best position.
Because the teams they have were injuries. They're coming off bad seasons, but they were priorly. Well, Chicago still made the playoffs, but we all know it was quarterback was the issue and play calling. But the 49ers are coming off injury-ridden season, 2 years out of being in the Super Bowl. And if it wasn't for that deep ball to Tyreek Hill, they were arguably may have won that game. Arguably. I
think that San Fran actually has a good shot at winning that division this year. If Trey Lance plays the way. Which, are they going to play Trey Lance or are they going to play Garoppolo? It's the normal situation now. You ride with the guy that's been there until you have to switch. I think no matter what, because I think Garoppolo's a good player. I think they do have a chance to win that division. Mm-hmm. I think quarterback aside, if they're healthy, they're winning the division in my opinion. Even though Arizona got so much better, right? And you got Arizona, who we thought was going to make the playoffs this year. They barely didn't make it, and then you got the Rams, who I think is the biggest wild card because you're bringing in a guy like Matthew Stafford, and he's better than Jared Goff. I'm gonna say this now, and it might trigger some people. The Seahawks are gonna be the worst team in that division next year. The thing is I don't necessarily disagree with you. I wouldn't say they're gonna be the worst team. I say that they are a team that's going downhill. Their worst record is going to be like 8-8 or 8-9. Like that's. But the thing about it is they shouldn't be because they have Russell Wilson. They got Metcalf. I mean, they got Chris Carson. But they got Tyler Lockett. Their defense is kind of is trash, and they didn't really do much to help their defense. Really. After Russell Wilson's MVP campaign was gone, it was just like try to survive to the playoffs, and they barely made it there. Like they were not as good as they were supposed to be. And that's why I think if you remember, there was some Russell Wilson trade rumors, and I feel like he was upset. I think he wanted it. I think he wanted to dip. I think he's gonna give it one more chance, and he's out of there. I definitely think that he wanted to get out of there because I don't think they were doing much to help him. I
No.
mean, he got the amount of times that man was on the ground last year. I mean, they just didn't do much to help him succeed in that offense because that
No.
offense can be very good.
It's lethal when it's working.
But for some reason, it's just not. And it's like, it's tough. And I'm going to pull up. This is what we got for Super Bowl odds. Yeah, Kansas City. And look at San Fran. This is what people are thinking. People think that San Fran, and we think too, that they're going to, I don't know if they're going to be that good.
Hey, bro, Jimmy G's going to be, he's going to say, he's going to hit his woman up, them P stars. He's going to hit them up. Like, hey,
but you see my team right there. I think Buffalo is just on a rise right now, and they're not going to slow down. I think they got stuck last year on just not having enough playmakers. But that was the first year that Josh Allen and Diggs were together, and they played great. And I think they're not going to slow down. They're just not.
So you're telling me if I put $10 on the Philadelphia Eagles, I go in 8,500?
That's the one thing you're looking at right now.
I mean, I'm just realistically speaking, that's like a genius bet if you think about it. Because like $10.
Genius bet. Marcus, I'm sorry right now.
I'm sorry. Let me come back to you. The worst team.
You got a better shot at like
getting a girlfriend. I know, but that's
anything else than the Eagles winning the Super Bowl.
Hey, man,
you know what? Anything can happen.
What do I say to you? You anything win until you lose.
Right, but if we look here, you got Kansas City, Tampa Bay, Buffalo, San Fran, Baltimore, and the Rams. The Rams odds actually kind of surprised me because I guess people are thinking I think Matthew Stafford's a pretty good upgrade to what Goff was.
Pretty good upgrade. Matthew Stafford was playing at one of those bedridden teams I was talking about. Like the Lions are cursed. They're cursed.
Yeah.
And you getting a quarterback that if on another team's top 5. I mean, the man.
Seattle Seahawks plus 2,300 interests me. Is I'm looking at it and I'm like, I feel like.
And that first 9, they're the worst team.
Yes, I agree with you.
And I would agree that there's some teams below them that are better.
If I had to take 3 teams to win the Super Bowl on my mind right now, I would take Kansas City, I would take Buffalo, and I would take.
Are you not going to say the defending champs?
I'm not going to. I'm going to say the Rams. Because and this is why I'm going to say it because the Rams defense is always been good. It is still good, and you got Robert Woods, you got Cooper Kupp. The problem was that Jared Goff couldn't get them the football. That's kind of what it was. They weren't scoring enough points.
Didn't he break his thumb?
Who? Yes, Goff in the playoffs. Yeah, he did.
So he was playing football with a broken thumb.
But that was one game.
Tried to hold a ball.
That was one game though.
But you still
they weren't playing well before that.
Have you tried to hold a ball with?
I don't play football. I'm not a quarterback.
You have a highlight tape.
Shut up. So yeah, I mean, I think the Rams plus 1,400 is good odds. I like that.
What about your sleeper teams down there? Go back to that. What about your sleeper teams?
Sleeper teams?
Like let's talk about like this below the Seahawks till like your team. We'll talk to like your team.
Washington. Here's the thing, and this is a non-biased opinion. I think Washington is
I think
there.
They should be higher. I'll give you that.
I think they should be higher, a little bit higher. I think the problem is you're bringing in Fitzpatrick. Mm-hmm. You don't know what the offense is going to be. You know what the defense is. I think we definitely have potential to win 10, 11, 12 games next year. But the problem is you just don't know. And I think if Fitzpatrick starts out hot and we play well, we could get into those top 4 teams in the NFC. We could. It's just it's uncertainty. And that's the thing. I do like the plus 5,000 on Washington, but I don't know. I think you look at the Chargers plus 3,200 is interesting. And you're going to hate me saying it, but this is only if I think Justin Fields plays and he plays well. The Bears are plus 4,800. that's kind of what I would see on the bottom end would be, the Bears, Washington, the Chargers, and probably the Cardinals. Because the Cardinals were there last year. They went 8-8, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So they were there, and they're bringing the whole squad back. Kyler Murray's healthy now, so that's different. So yeah, I think the Cardinals have a shot too. What do you think?
The Colts.
The Colts.
I'm still on the win.
That's a little high, to be honest.
Yeah, but they literally.
Wait, I have a question. I don't get one of these. What's the deal with the Broncos?
Bro, I was thinking the same thing. What happened?
Yeah, why are they so high up there?
Is Teddy Bridgewater is he that guy?
Why are the Broncos so high?
Wait. Is it? You think FanDuel knows a little bit more than what we know?
I don't know what's going on. I'm sitting here looking at the Broncos and I'm like, wait a second, what?
Maybe FanDuel. This is bold prediction. Marcus Pierce in his head right now. Maybe FanDuel knows something about the Aaron Rodgers stuff because the team that he's supposed
that might be true. That actually might be true. They might be thinking, oh well, if Aaron Rodgers goes there, which it definitely could happen.
There was three teams I think it was the Broncos, the Raiders, and who was the last one?
Broncos, Raiders. I thought it was San Fran, but San Fran they're not going to want him anymore.
Yeah, so it's basically between Broncos and Raiders, right?
Yeah, because he wants
to go West Coast. Look where the Raiders are.
No, Raiders are plus 35. Well, I think if Aaron Rodgers gets traded, it's going to be the Broncos.
So you're telling me you're going to get two Pat Mahomes showdowns with Aaron Rodgers?
I don't think Aaron Rodgers is playing this year, dude. I don't think he's playing.
He's going to sit out. Wait.
If they don't, he's not playing. If they do not trade him, he will be retiring and going to run the Jeopardy show.
I mean, sign me up 7:00 every day.
He will be going to run the Jeopardy show if they do not trade him.
If he's on Jeopardy, sign me up 7:00 every day. So be it.
Sign me up 7:00 every day.
Oh, I'm there. I'm in my chair. Let's go.
He's not playing for that organization, and they're not giving him what he wants. So, but I did see that they were offering him a long-term deal. I'm not sure if he's taking that or not. If it's either
money does not buy happiness.
That's the thing. He was saying that he wants more money, and they're offering it to him, but no answer. So, I think he wants to move West Coast. I think he wants to move West Coast, and he wants to get out of the organization.
I mean, first of all, if it wasn't for Vince Lombardi, the Green Bay Packers would never be what they are. I don't think they're a greatly run organization. I think they got lucky with the quarterbacks they got and the people that have coached the team.
Yeah, I don't know. We will definitely see what happens with that. But
he's going to get traded.
There's another thing. So did you see this Logan Paul Mayweather stuff?
I got your hat.
Did you see that?
Bro, if someone ever stole my hat like that, if it was I don't know, I wear Nike hats, so they're not that expensive in my opinion.
I wear Nike hats.
But the disrespect, stealing a man's hat, you know?
I mean, he almost got his butt kicked.
I think he did get his butt kicked. Black eye? His clothes were all ripped up?
Let's watch this. Let's watch this.
I mean, damn. All because of a hat?
Oh, he's like, I'm going back in. Oh, there's Logan Paul. Logan Paul's in there too.
Aren't they not?
Dude, the funny thing is you look there, and that's all Mayweather security. I don't think it was set up at all because you saw Mayweather came in and said, I'm going to kill your family. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to murder you. I'm going to murder you to death. That's taking it a little too far. I mean, he took his hat and all, but you don't come after someone's family and say you're going to murder them. And now you got Logan Paul pissed. So
all I'm going to say is if Logan Paul wins, I'm not going to be surprised. But it's an exhibition, so it's not going to hurt Mayweather's record. But just in the day, this is more for
I don't know. I'm not saying Logan Paul can't win. I'm saying that I think what's going to happen is, and side note, Jake Paul got kicked out of to come and going. He's going to find his way back in.
No, he's definitely ruining it. He is going to run on stage. He's fucking something up. Like, I don't know what he's going to mess up.
If there was a bet of on any sportsbook that if Jake Paul gets in the fight or not, I would put yes, because he is going to sneak in there.
He's for sure definitely going to be there. There's no way. And then he's going to get kicked out. And it's going to be so noticeable. Like, they're have to physically stop the fight and be like, yeah, Jake Paul's getting kicked out. Like, Logan, your brother is getting kicked out. And the camera's going to pan.
Oh, he's getting in. But the funny thing is I was wondering, because before that, Mayweather said, I'll take them both in one night. I don't know why they don't do that. If he's so confident, do it. Take them both in one night. That'd be hard.
Confident too. Like, you know how I feel when it comes to fighting sometimes. But
boxing not. I mean, I'm not saying Mayweather couldn't do it. I'm saying it would be damn good entertainment to see him fight both brothers in one night, back to back.
I mean, if he did that, you know how insane, one, his cardio, but two, like, he does get punched a little bit. Like, can your head just take awesome? Like, what kind of dodging?
My prediction of what's going to happen, they're going to get on there. They're going to take a little couple hits. Mm-hmm. It's going to go the full round because no one's getting knocked out because Mayweather's not knocking him out. And I don't think Logan can knock Mayweather out.
He's not going to get that punch.
It's going to go the full rounds, and I think it'll just be a Mayweather decision because they're not going to let him lose.
I agree. And then they're going to, like, dap up and be like, oh, thanks, bro, for the great opportunity.
It's just going to be a Mayweather decision, and that's all that's going to happen.
That's where Jake comes in, and he's just going to run on stage, push it, ruffle the feathers.
And he's going to say, you know what, I want next. Which, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, everybody wants to fight him right now. Like, imagine, like, you're just sitting there, your normal day. You get on Twitter, I'll beat your ass, bro. And it's like tons of people.
I don't know. I'm intrigued. I've gotten it, and the funny thing is everyone says that Logan and Jake and all these guys brought boxing back. They did because I didn't really watch boxing before this, and now I'm hyped for the Mayweather Logan fight. I'm hyped for this YouTuber versus TikTok fight. Bro, that's gonna be hyped too.
Did you see that Canelo fight? I didn't know he was about that. That man was swinging at his face for like I don't know how long.
And they had and Canelo had like Bryce Hall and Taylor Holder, all these YouTube TikTokers in his locker room.
He hit that man in the face and like his eye socket messed up.
Yeah.
And if you know if you look up the history of that injury, boxers don't come back for that. He basically ended somebody's career. And that's like I don't think that's not getting talked about. He ended someone's career. Like, his man was dancing on stage. Like, imagine someone's dancing in front of you because he broke your eyeball and he just.
That's what happens when you bring in an experienced fighter against. I mean, that's the thing. That's what people think that's going to happen to Mayweather and Logan. I don't think that's going to happen though. Because you do got to think Mayweather's got a little bit older. Logan's not a little bit bigger. He's bigger.
He is bigger.
And I've seen Logan's social. That man is in Puerto Rico working. He is working. And I'm not sitting here saying Logan's going to win. I'm saying that Logan is not taking this lightly. He's put in the work.
I think Logan's coming out throwing a haymaker first punch. Like I am trying to rock his shit.
He's like you know what? I'm taking first shot.
He's not gonna like how they walk around. No, he's going straight beeline, and then he's gonna whatever he got in his right arm or left, he's throwing all of it.
He's going straight for it.
I mean, and by all means, respect, because if Mayweather doesn't dodge it, it's him and his brother got back-to-back 10 seconds knockouts. Now we're on top of the world.
Yeah, for sure. So let's go into a couple bets for the upcoming weekend. Which one bet I am all over is the Warriors, and I love the make the playoff bets because they're super exciting, especially now with the play-in, because you can bet before the play-in. The Warriors to make the playoffs at plus money right now. I think they're 100% going to make the playoffs because it's after play-in. It's they have to not only get in the play-in, they have to win the play-in game, which I think they will. I think not only if they lose, because the reason it's plus money is because people are saying they're going to lose to the Lakers and they're going to have a tough time against whoever they play against, Memphis or San Antonio. But I definitely think the Warriors make the playoffs for sure. think that's a very good bet.
You know,
especially make it now because it's going to change whether they get in the playoffs or they win the play-in.
I agree with you. I think they're making it. I don't. It's the Lakers and the Warriors spots to lose at this point.
Yes, I agree with that.
So if you're going to bet, I would trust in the best. Like that right hand of Curry should be trademarked. Should be like insurance. Like that. I would trust that every time.
And then I think the Wizards make the playoffs. Think the thing is I'm caught in the middle. Like I want to say the Wizards make the playoffs, and then I look they got to play the Pacers potentially, right? Because the Pacers are they're going to play the Pacers.
Pacers got 3 20-point scores.
Yeah, it's going to be the thing is actually this is interesting. If the Wizards are going to be the 10th seed, 100% going to be the 10th seed. They got to win one more game. They need the Bulls to lose a game, I think. They're going to play either the Pacers or Charlotte in the first game. So it's going to be Wizards against Pacers or Wizards against Charlotte, and then the Celtics will play whoever they don't play. So I feel like it's going to be hard for any team that's the 10-9 seed to get to the playoffs. They got to win 2 games.
But if we're talking about for the money situation, the best bet would be to play for the Wizards, right?
The Wizards, yeah. For sure, I like the Wizards plus money to make the playoffs, the Warriors to make the playoffs. And then tomorrow night, I think Wizards Cavs, the Wizards money line's a great bet because I think even if the Bulls don't win tonight, if the Bulls win tonight, Wizards have to win tomorrow night. They gotta win. They gotta secure their spot. So that's definitely interesting. And then tomorrow night, I think Red Sox money line against the Angels.
Hey, go Reds. Go Sox.
With Pavetta on the line, I think it's a good bet.
Let's go Sox, baby.
And I think the Rays money line against the Mets. The Mets are playing well. I think the Mets are a very good team this year. But with Glasnow on the mound tomorrow night, I think the Rays, great bet. So that's what I would say. I would say Red Sox money line tomorrow, Rays money line tomorrow, and then Warriors and Wizards to make the playoffs, both plus money right now.
Big trust
on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. So that's what we're looking at. I think we're gonna end it. I think that was good. And you got anything else to say, Marcus?
Lakers in 4.
Lakers in 4. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.